You're watching ABC 7 News at 5.
Hello and welcome. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Dwayne Lindo. Thanks for being with us. Scott Dennis has the night off.
Our top story tonight, the sexual assault allegations rocking the nation over Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation to the Supreme Court. ABC's Emily Rao has more details tonight after a heated debate on Capitol Hill. Emily?
More major developments here on Capitol Hill this afternoon. First, Chairman Grassley requesting to President Trump that he reopen an FBI investigation to look into these allegations against Brett Kavanaugh. And we have just learned in the last few minutes that President Trump has approved that request. The historic vote moves Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation to the full Senate and one step closer to the nation's highest court. But with a surprise twist, Senator Jeff Flake, a critical swing vote, adding a condition.
I think it would be proper to delay the floor vote for up to, but not more than 1 week, in order to let the FBI continue to do an investigation.
Just hours before, Flake cornered in an elevator by sex assault survivors after he announced plans to support Kavanaugh.
We demand to know what you're thinking.
And that anger spilling onto the steps of Capitol Hill and into the streets of America. The chairman of the Judiciary Committee defending his decision to move forward.
There's simply no reason to deny Judge Kavanaugh a seat on the Supreme Court on the basis of evidence presented to us.
Earlier Friday, some senators walking out in frustration.
I'm not going to participate in this charade anymore.
Thursday's explosive hearing eliciting drastically different interpretations, but shared disgust.
My family and my name have been totally and permanently destroyed.
And the president reacting to the latest turn of events, leaving it to senators to figure out.
They'll make their decisions, and they've been doing a good job and very professional.
And President Trump was also asked if he's considering a replacement for Judge Kavanaugh. His response, not even a little bit. Emily Rao, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
And after millions watched the Senate Judiciary Committee yesterday, the National Sexual Assault Hotline saw a 201% increase in calls. That's the highest spike the hotline has ever seen. According to the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, it's not unusual to see an increase in calls when sexual assault is in the news. We spoke to Safe Place and Rape Crisis Center, also known as SPARC. The president and CEO there tells us fear is the primary reason.
It's important to realize that as a culture, we don't usually start by believing. And wouldn't it be nice if someone who had experienced assault could feel comfortable in knowing that, okay, I'm going to share this and people will believe me from the start. And I think oftentimes victims of sexual assault are questioned and blamed. Someone's response to trauma is to just internalize everything, and then later on, they might be at a place where they feel safer or more comfortable sharing that, or even coming to terms with that. Trauma can affect memory. Trauma can affect a lot of different parts of the body and the memory and the response.
The president and CEO of SPARC, Jessica Hayes, tells us in addition to the spike in phone calls into sexual assault hotline, her organization has also seen a high demand for services for both their hotline and shelter. All of their services are free and are open to anyone who has or is currently experiencing sexual assault.
Well, red tide continues to plague our local beaches, but is it safe to touch the water that's impacted by the algae bloom? ABC 7's Erica Jackson tells us what you need to know before dipping your toes in the Gulf.
Aside from a little bit of seaweed in the water, it seemed great. Water temperatures wonderful.
Raymond Strelick didn't see any dead marine life while visiting Manatee Beach Friday, but he saw a sign warning beachgoers of red tide, and he saw darker water. That didn't keep him stuck in his beach chair.
I saw other people in, decided I'd go for a swim, and so far, I haven't noticed any problems.
There certainly have been some concerns in the community.
Dr. Holland from Sarasota Memorial Hospital says some patients are coming in with symptoms associated with red tide exposure. While the red tide can cause a sore throat or coughing, he says it's safe to swim in the Gulf.
Many times it's worse when you're walking on the beach than it is when you're in the water.
Dr. Holland says you should be concerned about other bacteria in the water.
The fact that you have infections associated with red tide is more to do with the bacteria that are in the water than actually the algae associated with the red tide.
Red tide can cause short-term health problems for people with respiratory-related illnesses. But doctors say people in good health, like Strelick, can enjoy the beaches and water without any long-term consequences.
It felt fine. I'm okay with it. I don't regret going in.
That was ABC 7's Erica Jackson reporting. Florida Fish and Wildlife says it is safe for most people to swim during a red tide bloom, but if you notice your skin or eyes getting irritated, get out and wash off with clean water. FWC does say don't swim near dead fish because they can be contaminated with harmful bacteria. Now all day, Erica has been giving our Instagram followers a behind-the-scenes look at this story. To get those exclusive details, go follow us on Instagram at MySuncoast. Well, let's check in on our First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist Steve Newman. And Steve, it sure would have been nice to go out in the water today.
It was. I love it when the water temperature is 86, 87 degrees, which is right now. That's my sweet spot for getting in the Gulf. And it is very hot, and you want to get in the water. It felt like 103 last hour. Now the feel like index at Sarasota Bradenton Airport is 99. In the low 90s, Siesta Key, Longboat Key, 100 at Punta Gorda. Taking a look at the satellite image, you can see the flow is there, this typical flow from the Atlantic, but where is the Gulf sea breeze to collide with it and produce the storms? It's not there yet. Hopefully we'll see some storms before the night is over to cool us off a little bit, but don't hold your breath because the only storms we're seeing are down in Collier County and Lee County moving offshore. But the overnight model from the future radar shows that some could pop up 9, 10, 11 o'clock, as we saw last night toward midnight, move us over us through the evening hours, through the overnight hours, cooling us off slowly. I mean, really slowly. You can see it's going to cool us off into the 70s by 4 a.m. to a low of 74 at dawn. Our tropical weather outlook, it's looking promising for us, coming up in just a few minutes.
Rich, thank you. A new community set for seniors is set to begin construction soon in Manatee County. The Allure at University Groves is a proposed independent living community for those 55 and older. It will be located off University Parkway, just west of the mall at the University Town Center. The pet-friendly community is expected to consist of 183 apartments and 10 penthouse suites above covered parking. Construction is set to begin in the coming months. Still to come on your Suncoast News, 2 weeks after Hurricane Florence struck the Carolinas, a look at how people continue to deal with dangerous conditions.
And meteorologist Steve Newman will be back with your First Alert forecast for the weekend ahead. Plus, are pregnant women getting the potentially life-saving vaccines that doctors recommend? The new survey released by the CDC.
In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. I'm retired Colonel Greg Gatson, and it's my mission to help you get the benefits and services you've earned. If you need to file a VA claim, remember these important steps. Submit an online claim through ebenefits.va.gov. Work with an accredited Veterans Service Organization, or VSO. And if you need to attend a VA claim exam, please go. Visit this website to learn what to expect.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Because my parents told me I have to be responsible.
Because my first coach told me, you can do this.
Because my boss showed me how to do a good job.
Because my teacher helped me see the choices.
I'm swimming faster than I ever dreamed.
I am a valuable employee.
I discovered that I could work as an artist.
I will be whatever I want to be.
Youth with disabilities should grow up expecting to work and succeed. For more information, visit whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. all installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Lease a new Subaru Outback today for just $249 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
It's been 2 weeks since Hurricane Florence struck the Carolinas, but the storm's aftermath is still being felt. Take a look. Rivers are cresting in some spots, but floodwaters are still a factor.
It's just like like you're in a world of nothing but water. And it's just almost, it's haunting. It really is.
In addition to the flooding and damage, officials in both North and South Carolina say there's a bunch of Florence-related health issues to worry about. That includes the bacteria, viruses, and pollutants living in the murky waters, and an increase in disease-spreading parasites. North Carolina's governor has ordered $4 million to boost mosquito control. Now, meteorologist Steve Newman joins us again with the First Alert weather forecast. Steve, a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Carolinas and parts of Virginia got the brunt of the hurricane season, and we lucked out so far, and it looks in the long-term future for us, we're not going to have any storms, at least not in the next 10 days. Take a look today. If we look interior of Florida, this is looking west from our Lakewood Ranch cam, and we start off mainly fair. We haven't had the afternoon thunder showers or a lot of clouds to break the sun from broiling down on us, but as the afternoon goes on, you can see that coverage increases, and we'll have an increasing chance of showers through the late evening hours, but don't expect any problems for the football games this evening. Should be mainly fair. 88 at the airport, but it feels like about 97, 98 degrees with a dew point of 76. It is sultry. Humidity 67% with a slight sea breeze kicking in. Across the state, even though the temperatures are in the 90s, it feels perhaps 10 degrees warmer than that in some spots. And across the Suncoast, 86 at Longboat Key, 88 at Siesta, Punta Gorda, 93. The feel-like index there is 100 right now. Well, we do have the flow. Part of the ingredients for these afternoon storms are there. We have that strong southeasterly flow. In fact, you can see the individual cumulus clouds blowing in across the state, but we're not seeing that Gulf Coast sea breeze kick in. The only storms we have are down around Fort Myers and down to Naples. A lot of lightning with that, but so far nothing for us, although we could see them increase farther to the north and head over us 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock tonight. Now, taking a look at the tropics, and we did have that good news I was just hinting at. This is post-tropical cyclone Leslie out there in the North Atlantic. It can intensify, but it's a threat only to fish and shipping. And we've been talking about Tropical Storm Kirk for quite some time, but it is barely a tropical storm with 40-mile-an-hour winds as of 5 o'clock. And as it moves into the Caribbean, it is going to weaken to below tropical storm strength. So by 11 o'clock tonight, we won't be calling it a tropical storm anymore. The rest of the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, fair to partly cloudy skies. Things look really good right now with no threat of immediate tropical storm development across the tropical Pacific or Atlantic. Well, in the Pacific, we have a couple storms. This is the current weather pattern, and there is cool air. It's just not going to reach us for quite some time, probably weeks before it reaches us. But look at that, maybe some snow north of the Iron Range in far western Ontario, and down south, some scattered thunderstorms. And temperatures are as cool as 50 degrees at Bismarck, 55 at Minneapolis. Nice autumnal weather in the northeast. Boy, it'd be nice to get 1 week cold front to kind of dry the air out. And there is a cold front to the north and west of us we're looking at. But look what happens between now and over the weekend. The front will stall out, become stationary along the Gulf Coast, but there is a slight chance of some help here from this part of it. As we move through Sunday and then Monday and Tuesday, this could come at us the back way, a backdoor cool front. Really doesn't have much effect. Don't expect any big chances of rain or any cooler air, just slightly drier air maybe by Wednesday or Thursday of next week. A great beach day tomorrow. Northeast winds on the open water to 10 knots, seas 2 feet or less, a light chop in bay and inland waters. It's going to be sunny and hot at the beach. There's that water temperature I love, 87. The air temperature 88. Here's my forecast for the next 7 days, and it shows that chance of that cold front coming in. Here's the forecast for tonight. We will have fair to partly cloudy skies. It'll be warm with the low temperature 74, but it's going to take a long time to get down to 74. And then tomorrow that heat comes back hot with only a 20% chance of relief from those thunderstorms. And look, it stays pretty much an increased chance for Sunday and Monday. And here comes that front. Look at the overnight lows dropping down 2 or 3 degrees. The chance of rain goes up as the front kind of brushes us, but then dries out for Thursday and Friday. That's our first front of the season. That's our weather.
Steve, thanks. Now to First Alert traffic. In Bradenton, no major accidents delaying drivers. We are seeing some slowdowns northbound around the University Parkway exit, and then moving down to South County. All the clear roads are clear at this time.
In health news tonight, a new CDC survey shows that only 33% of pregnant women get recommended potentially life-saving vaccines. Stephanie Ramos has more.
During the 9 months of pregnancy, women make a lot of trips to the doctor. That's why it's surprising that only 33% of them are getting the vaccines recommended to keep them and their unborn babies safe. The body changes during pregnancy. Heart rate and oxygen consumption increase and lung capacity decreases. That means if a mother-to-be gets the flu or whooping cough, they are more susceptible to life-threatening complications than the general population. So doctors say all women who are or expect to be pregnant should get the flu vaccine annually. And pregnant women should get the Tdap vaccine, which protects against whooping cough between weeks 27 and 36. A recent Center for Disease Control and Prevention survey shows that around half of pregnant women get one of the vaccines and only 33% get both. When the vaccine is offered in the doctor's office or a referral was made, women were more likely to receive it. So, with flu season starting next month, let's hope pregnant women are informed and offered these vaccines. With this Medical Minute, I'm Stephanie Ramos, ABC News.
Well, it's that time of year where we may be indulging in pumpkin spice a little more than usual. It's everywhere from coffee drinks to cookies, and it's not hard to take part in the fall craze. But according to Kate Patton, a registered dietitian at the Cleveland Clinic, not all pumpkin spice is created equal.
Pumpkin spice products are usually just going to have that pumpkin flavor, so the spice flavor, but really you're not going to get the actual nutritional value from unless there's any real pumpkin. So you won't get the, the beta carotene, and you won't get the fiber that real pumpkin has.
Well, one of the best benefits of real pumpkin is beta carotene. That gives us vitamin A and also helps boost our immunity. That's why you should look for pumpkin spice products using real pumpkin, as the alternative may just be a lot of added sugars, or maybe make one at home. Well, coming up, a fatal plane crash in South Carolina, the investigation now underway. Plus, a very generous donation, what a Goodwill employee found while sorting through a box of donated items.
Planning a Carnival Fantasy Cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
For the best car buying experience, go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota, where you always get better prices and a bigger selection, like KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $22,999. Or save big and get the new Chrysler 300 Touring with an MSRP over $30,000 for just $21,999. That's a savings of over $8,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota today.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Pets bring so much joy to our lives. They're loyal, they're protective, and smart. Yet as smart as our pets might be, they can't advocate for themselves, especially in the event of a natural disaster. During Hurricane Harvey, many families were separated from their pets. That's why it's important your pet is part of your family's disaster preparedness plan. Talk to your veterinarian and visit banfieldfoundation.org/disaster. Don't save it for a rainy day.
An investigation is now underway after 2 Florida pilots were killed in a plane crash. The plane went down in South Carolina, breaking in half after speeding off the runway just after landing. It had taken off from Tampa. 2 of the 4 people on board were killed. They were both seasoned pilots.
It was unfortunate. I think one of the pilots was laying on the throttle and was unconscious. And so very difficult to get in the aircraft.
Rescuers broke down the cockpit door to free 2 passengers who managed to survive. A married couple both were rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. What caused the crash is unclear. The NTSB is leading an investigation into the crash. At least 1 person is dead and 10 are injured after a series of earthquakes struck an Indonesian island. It happened Friday afternoon there. Evacuations are underway and people have been advised to remain alert and outside their homes. The strongest earthquake registered at a magnitude of 7.5.
Never know what you might find at a Goodwill donation store. Employee Jesse Diaz is living proof of that notion. While sorting through a box of donated items in a San Diego area store, he found $46,000 in cash wrapped in foil and tucked inside an appliance. Diaz and his managers quickly started sorting through receipts and were able to discover a woman who donated those items after a family member had passed away. She had no idea the cash was stashed inside. Goodwill's CEO returned that money and says he would do it again. Well, another valuable discovery was made, this one at an Arkansas state park. Park officials say a 71-year-old woman found a nearly 3-carat unpolished ice white diamond at Crater of Diamonds State Park. They say that gem is the largest diamond found in the park in 2018. What a great find there. That's pretty cool. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, changes are in the works after 2 teens died in a crash at a Manatee County intersection. The temporary fix to keep drivers safe.
Plus, the big win for a bill aimed at helping to prevent opioid addiction.
The final 2018 Accord clearance is now during our model year-end clearance sale. Drive new Accords for just $249 a month. Get an Accord, the North American car of the year, for less than the competition. With more standard features than Camry, Honda Sensing, multi-angle camera, turbocharged engine, and more. New Accords, just $249 a month. Your last chance for new Accords, all on clearance this week at your local Honda dealer.
The Players Center presents the wild Broadway season opener, Annie, Get Your Gun. There's no business like show business. This slice of magical American musical theater will thrill you with the classic tunes of Irving Berlin. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. Annie, Get Your Gun, September 18th through October 7th. Let's go on with the show.
Gettle's got what you're looking for at Gettle.com. 17 new car brands, over 1,000 used vehicles, prices and payments you can afford. Credit help if you need it, and they pay cash for your old car. Plus, Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Need service? Gettle's got that too. Gettle's got it. Visit Gettle.com.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little, spearheading a campus tour, and another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? And now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.